Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Artificial intelligence, AI, is among the most popular topics discussed these days in the media and many academic, industrial, and governmental circles. There are different views of AI depending on who you talk to, but there are certainly different levels of understanding and opinions. Some think of it as machine learning, which is more advanced version of what we've had till now. Others think it's much more than that, to the point they see AI-enabled machines or robots taking over, as seen in sci-fi movies. Some people think AI will help mankind tremendously through its speed and capacity to think, while others think AI will take mankind to a frontier that must not be explored. Is AI just a step-up computer or step-up machine learning, or is it much more than that? What is AI's role in mankind's future? What does it have that humans don't? What do humans have that AI machines don't? Can AI be considered as a tool, or will it be much more than that? Being a machine, AI does not have moral and ethical values. It cannot love or hate or have compassion either. As such, what is the implication if in fact it makes decisions? In today's lecture, we want to scratch the surface by addressing these questions through some of the data available today. It may get a bit technical at times, but we will try to keep it as simple as possible, inshallah. Before getting into implications, let's briefly explain what AI is. Artificial intelligence, AI, is not a step up to computers and standard machine learning. There are two major differences. One is that of AI's continuous learning and thinking like human mind, and the other is its potential autonomy to make decisions at different levels. Full autonomy in various applications is being discussed in many circles. These are major differences that make AI a completely different technology than that of what we've had in computing or machine learning so far. It's not a piece of hardware that you build or replace. Its algorithm can be installed in any computing or machine learning device. AI is a technology that enables machines or computers to think like humans. That is, to simulate human intelligence, problem solving, and prediction capabilities, except at much higher speed and capacity than human mind, while at the same time continuously deep learning as it increases its knowledge and thinking capability. In other words, AI is modeled after the decision-making processes of the human mind that over time can learn from available data and make increasingly more accurate calculations, decisions, or predictions over time. Just like any other technology, AI has gone through several cycles in development, of which we now have chatbots and ChatGPT, which is a form of chatbot, that makes a turning point which sets AI apart, demonstrating its differences and potentials compared to prior technologies. From database point of view, it is an ever-expanding encyclopedia at your service. It can learn your thinking pattern and customize its answers to your questions and make predictions and recommendations. ChatGPT is a virtual assistant developed by OpenAI Corporation. Based on large language models, It enables users to refine and steer a conversation toward the desired length, format, style, level of detail, and language. You can ask a question in any language and request a response in any other language. Users can ask ChatGPT a variety of questions, including simple or more complex questions, ranging from recipe for a dish to deep questions like what is the meaning of life. You ask for ancient civilizations, for example, it will give you a list of them and asks you which one would you like to know about. Once you choose a civilization, it will tell you who founded it, what was its extent, the type of government, their religion, cultural exchange, infrastructure, their decline, and their legacy within a second or two. Or you can ask to make a sandwich using ingredients from my kitchen. It responds, sure, I'd be happy to help you create a sandwich with what you have in your kitchen. Can you please list the ingredients you have available? Or you can ask, can you edit my email to be more friendly but still professional? It will say, certainly. Here is a revised version of the email with more friendly yet still professional tone. Or you give it 2 or 3 words and ask it to create a story. It will come up with surprisingly very nice short story. Or you ask ChatGPT, create a personal web page for me. It comes back and says, sure. To create a personal web page tailored to your preferences, I will need to ask you a few questions first. What is the main purpose of your personal web page? Are you showcasing your professional portfolio, promoting a business, sharing a personal achievement, or something else? What kind of design style do you prefer? Do you like modern and minimalist designs, bold and colorful layouts, or perhaps something more traditional and professional? What sections or information would you like to include on your web page? This could include sections like About Me, Portfolio, Projects, contact information, etc., etc. Then says, once I have your answers, I can create a draft layout and content structure for your personal web page. So it's not a glorified Google search engine. It has intelligence. It thinks, it customizes, it predicts, all based on its AI learning algorithm and vast database. I asked the following question just to see how it responds and how deep its database is. I asked, who was the sage talking to Moses? It responded, in Islamic tradition, the sage who was talking to Moses is commonly identified as Khidr. He is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Kahf, in parentheses, chapter 18, verses 60 through 82, where he is depicted as a figure of great wisdom and knowledge who imparts spiritual teachings to Moses. According to Islamic tradition and commentary, Khidr is often described as a mysterious and immortal figure who possesses knowledge of the unseen and acts as a guide to those seeking spiritual wisdom. The encounter between Khidr and Moses, as in parentheses Musa in Arabic, highlights themes of humility, learning, and the mysteries of the divine wisdom. This story emphasizes the idea that wisdom and knowledge come in different forms, and sometimes what seems to be misfortune or a perplexing action may hold deeper divine wisdom that is beyond human understanding, unquote. I then asked, who was Tufayl ibn Amr? ChatGPT responded, Tufayl ibn Amr ad-Dawsi was a pre-Islamic Arabian poet and chief of the tribe of Daws. He lived during the time of Prophet Muhammad before the advent of Islam. Tufayl is notable in Islamic history primarily due to his encounter with the Prophet Muhammad and his acceptance of Islam. Then goes on about more details, and at the end says Tufayl ibn Amr is remembered for his dedication to spreading the message of Islam and for his role as an early convert who contributed to the growth of Muslim community. His story is often cited as an example of transformative power of Islam and the courage of those who embraced it during its early days. So I skipped a lot of it and just wanted to give you a short summary. I then asked a somewhat trick question next. How many were there in the companions of cave? It responded, in Islamic tradition, the story of the companions of the cave, Ashab al-Kahf in parentheses, is narrated in Surat al-Kahf, the cave, in the Quran. The Quran does not specify the exact number of the companions of the cave. However, classical interpretation and historical narratives generally mention that there were 7 sleepers. Now, the story revolves around a group of young men who sought refuge in a cave to escape persecution for their faith. They fell asleep for a period of over 300 years and woke up to find that the society around them had changed significantly. The story of the companion of the cave is seen as a tale of faith, steadfastness, and divine protection in the face of adversity. It emphasizes the importance of trusting God's providence and the preservation of faith even in challenging time. The Quran does not specify, it says it again, the Quran does not specify an exact number beyond saying, we gave strength to their hearts. Very interesting and concise. Finally, I asked ChatGPT, can you love? It responded, as an AI language model, I don't have emotions or consciousness. So I don't have the capacity to love or experience feelings in the way humans do. However, I'm here to assist you with information, guidance, and conversation to the best of my abilities. If there's anything else you'd like to discuss or learn about, feel free to ask. These were few general examples, but ChatGPT is proficient in much more than that. It can debug or write codes. There's no limitation to the type of questions one can ask ChatGPT. It is versatile and can be used for more than just a human conversation. People have used it to write computer programs, compose music, draft emails, summarize articles, podcasts or presentations, solve math problems, create articles, blog posts, and quizzes for websites, formulate product descriptions, play games, assist with job search, including, writing resumes, cover letters, ask trivial questions, describe complex topics more simply, research markets for products, generate art, etc., etc. Give ChatGPT few random words, it can create a story, but keep in mind, it's not just auto-completing a sentence. It can actually write a full story. All of the above take intelligence. Chatbots in general do have some limitations as of now, but they will probably go away later, such as it does not fully understand the complexity of human language. Responses can sound like a machine or unnatural. Since ChatGPT predicts the next word, sometimes it can overuse words such as the, or, and. It summarizes responses but does not cite sources. Obviously, it cannot understand sarcasm, jokes, or irony. Now, chatbot being a personal assistant is just one of AI applications, but there are many other applications for AI, from cell phones to computers to industrial machines. Sectors such as retail, customer service, education, agriculture, transportation, human resources, finance, law and legal services, and even space explorations can also benefit from AI. Another area AI is hoped to help is in healthcare and medicine, especially for identifying or characterizing diseases, viruses, or designing drugs and understanding radiological images. This is an area that AI can almost do entirely good. There's also its applications for robots used for various sectors, from consumer to industrial labor and manufacturing, and unfortunately in military as well. Applications for AI are growing every day. Every day we're getting closer to full autonomy of machines making decisions. Of course, with decisions come responsibilities and accountabilities. As the use of AI technology in business takes off, conversations around AI ethics and responsible AI become critically important. Is AI going to save the world or end it? In an interview with 60 Minutes, Geoffrey Hinton, who is called the godfather of AI for his work on artificial neural networks, as a computer scientist and cognitive psychologist, says AI will have enormous benefits, but that comes with a warning, which is that AI systems may end up with more intelligence than we know today, which could mean they may take over someday. In his pursuit of understanding human mind, he said he failed to figure out the human mind. But this pursuit led him to the artificial version, which took almost 50 years to yield positive results. His neural networks are made up of many layers that facilitate learning or learning how to learn. When the desired outcome is reached, the system is told through strong connections that that is the right outcome. Now, go figure out how to do it faster and more efficient way. When the wrong outcome is reached, the system is told that is a wrong outcome through weak connections. So, as the time goes on, the strong connections within the network get stronger and weak connections get weaker. Therefore, by trial and error, the machine teaches itself. Now, when Geoffrey Hinton was asked if they can learn better than humans, he said possibly. But at present time, their learning is limited. Even the latest chatbot has about 1 trillion connections, whereas human mind has about 100 trillion connections. Yet, through its 1 trillion, a chatbot knows more than a human, which means it has a much better way of getting knowledge into those connections. Now, for simple things, he said, we know what it's doing and how it is learning and working. But for large, complex things, we don't know how it works. When he was asked, what do you mean? We humans designed and built it. He answered, no, we did not. We designed the learning algorithm, but when this algorithm interacts with data, it produces a neural network that is good at doing things, but we don't know how exactly it does it. When asked what are the implications of these AI systems autonomously writing their own code and executing on their own, he answered, that is a serious worry. One of the ways these systems might escape control is writing their own computer codes. So they modify themselves, and that is a serious worry. When he was asked if they become prevalent, can we just turn them off? Interestingly, he answered, they will be able to manipulate people in very convincing ways. They have learned all the novels, all the concepts, and all about Machiavellianism, political trickery, etc., and know how to do it. When he was asked, does humanity know what it's doing? He said no, and elaborated that mankind is moving into an area that he will encounter things that are more intelligent than him. When asked if he believes AI systems can understand and whether they are intelligent and whether they have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on their own experiences, he said yes to all. When asked if they are self-conscious, he said, not now, but in time they will have self-awareness. When asked what are the risks, he answered having a whole class of people who are going to be unemployed, not valued much because they were replaced by AI machines. He further worries about fake news, unintended bias, employment, policing, and autonomous battlefield robots. He did not mention this, but there are other risks such as fraud, invasion of privacy, impersonation, as in you are looking at me and hearing me now, but is this really me or an image and a voice pretending to be me? These are among the risks, many of which the AI community have raised. When asked what is the path forward for safety, he said he did not know. He did not see a path that guarantees safety. He said that we are entering a period of great uncertainty and dealing with something that we have never dealt with before. And normally, when you deal with something novel, you get it wrong the first time, he said. We can't afford to get it wrong because they might take over. And he said, I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm saying it's a possibility. If we stop them from taking over, that will be great. But it's unclear that we could even do it even if we wanted to. It may be that we look back and see this is a turning point, meaning we decide at this juncture if we want to take things further, and if so, how we can protect ourselves. To that end, based on what I discovered, there are limited safeguards in planning, but nothing major that would put Jeffrey Hinton's mind at ease. We now will discuss this briefly before we get to my conclusion, my thoughts and my conclusion. In their website, IBM summarizes the Belmont Report developed by Office of the Secretary for Department of Health and Education and Welfare, titled Ethical Principles and Guidelines for Protection of Human Subjects of Research, which are respect for persons, number one. This principle recognizes the autonomy of individuals and upholds an expectation for researchers to protect individuals with diminished autonomy, which could be due to a variety of circumstances such as illness, a mental disability, age restriction, etc. Number two, beneficence. This principle takes a page out of healthcare ethics, where doctors take an oath, do not harm. This idea can be easily applied to artificial intelligence, while algorithms can amplify biases around race, gender, political learning, etc., despite the intention to do good and improve a given system. Number three, justice. This principle deals with issues such as fairness and equality. Who should reap the benefit of experimentation and machine learning? The Belmont Report offers 5 ways to distribute burdens and benefits, which are by equal shares, individual needs, individual effort, social contribution, and merit. Now, regarding accountability, IBM also indicates there is nothing universal, overarching legislation that regulates AI practices, but many countries and states are working to develop and implement them locally. They say some pieces of AI regulation are in place today, with many more forthcoming. To fill the gap, ethical frameworks have emerged as part of a collaboration between ethicists and researchers to govern the construction and distribution of AI models within society. IBM adds, since ethical standards are not the primary concern of data engineers and data scientists in the private sector, a number of organizations have emerged to promote ethical conduct in the field of AI and lists the following resources. Algorithm Watch. This nonprofit focuses on an explainable and traceable algorithm and decision process in AI programs. AI Now Institute. This nonprofit at New York University researches the social implications of AI. DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency by the U.S. Department of Defense, focuses on promoting explainable AI and AI researches. CHAI, the Center for Human Compatible Artificial Intelligence, is a cooperation of various institutes and universities to promote trustworthy AI and provable beneficial systems. NASCI is short for the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, is an independent commission that considers the methods and means necessary to advance the development of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and associated technologies to comprehensively address the national security and defense needs of the United States. Security and defense needs of the United States. With these organizations in place, I wondered what ChatGPT itself thinks about all this. I asked ChatGPT about AI ethics, and its response was, AI ethics, I'm quoting, AI ethics refers to the principles and guidelines that govern the design, development, deployment, and use of artificial intelligence systems. As AI technologies become more advanced and integrated into various aspects of society, ethical considerations become increasingly important. Here are some key aspects of AI ethics. Number one, fairness and bias. AI systems should be designed and implemented in a way that is fair and unbiased. This involves addressing issues such as algorithmic bias. Number two, accountability and transparency. There should be mechanisms in place to ensure accountability for AI systems and their outcomes. This includes transparency in how AI systems make decisions and the ability to explain their reasoning to stakeholders. Number three, privacy and security. AI systems should respect and protect user privacy and data security. Measures should be taken to safeguard personal information and prevent unauthorized access or misuse of data. Number four, safety and reliability. AI systems should be designed with safety in mind, particularly in critical applications such as autonomous vehicles, healthcare, diagnostics, and financial systems. Number five, human-centered design. AI technologies should be developed with a focus on benefiting humanity, enhancing human capabilities, and promoting well-being. Number six, ethical decision-making. AI developers and users should consider the ethical implications of their decisions and actions. This includes addressing dilemmas such as the impact of AI on jobs, social inequality, and the potential for misuse or unintended consequences. Number seven, global collaboration and governance. There is a need for international collaboration and governance framework to address AI ethics on a global scale. This involves engaging stakeholders from diverse backgrounds, including governments, industry, academia, and social and civil society. Then said, overall, AI ethics is a multidisciplinary field that seeks to ensure that AI technologies are developed and deployed in a responsible and ethical manner, benefiting society while minimizing risks and harms. It involves ongoing dialogue, research, and policy development to address emerging ethical challenges and opportunities posed by AI. All of which are nice words, somewhat standard stuff, and of course, admittedly, first steps in the right direction. However, hard to see humans' control on the advancement of this technology toward the point we have no control or the point of no return, as Jeffrey Hinton indicated. Plus, ethical implications, some of which we don't even know yet. Incidentally, another side effect of AI many do not even talk about is the impact of infrastructure, infrastructure on the power grid. I saw planners expect peak demands grow by 38 gigawatts. That's equivalent to the amount needed to power 12.7 million homes, not to mention its impact on the carbon footprint. These data centers being so power hungry means lots of heat dissipation as well. And in order to cool the processors, they pump fresh water through their cooling systems. And that fresh water has to come from drinking water reservoirs, which is another impact.